Hello, my darlings. I hope you all are doing well. Now, while the streets is burning hot and all the gossip is all about why Harry and Meghan's photos have disappeared from Kris and Kim's Instagram posts, I think that we should focus on one other thing while everyone else is talking about that topic over there. Personally, myself, I think the lore behind why Kris Jenner and Kim Kardashian removed their photos with Harry and Meghan was in a way to show them, like, look, we are the ones in power. We get to say what photos go up on our social media pages. And basically, I felt like when we saw images of Harry and Meghan attending Kris Jenner's 70th birthday party at Jeff Bezos's Beverly Hills mansion, there were headlines claiming that Meghan Markle and Prince Harry lead the stars into Kris Jenner's birthday party. I mean, that was all the headlines we saw. So, in a way, I feel like maybe this was a way for Kris Jenner to smack down Harry and Meghan a couple pegs and be like, you don't get to make the PR cycle all about you when it's supposed to be about my 70th birthday. It's kind of like putting them in their place. Like, you need to learn the hierarchy of how it works here in Hollywood, where Kris Jenner is at the top of the board and Meghan Markle, despite the fact that she's married to Prince Harry, let's be honest, Meghan and Harry were probably the two brokest nerds at this event. They were the ones that were there just to hobnob and make sure they could get connections or leech off of other people. And when you are a leech, a desperate leech at that, most people can sniff that from a mile away, especially this crowd of individuals that Meghan is trying to get in with. Basically, in her words, have a seat at the table with. So let me put it this way. Yes, Meghan Markle is married to a prince, but he is probably the most broke ass princes ever. He is a prince, but there's nothing special about him, like if there would be, let's say, a prince from the Middle East, from Saudi Arabia or somewhere else, but not Prince Harry. Now, let me talk about this image here, because this is the image that I want to talk about. How, at your grown age of 40, do you not know that you probably shouldn't ogle your host's massive bazongas that are pushed up in her dress this evening? Clearly, Harry was 3 sheets to the wind or under some sort of influence of substances, who knows? But look at this. He just can't keep his eyes off of Kris Jenner's massive, I was about to call them meat jellies. I mean, they practically are silicone, but meat jellies it is. The way he is just glaring at her boobies. I mean, clearly we know that Harry is a breast man, and what Meghan doesn't have in that department, he will go and look elsewhere for. Now, the reason why I wanted to bring this up, because you should know at your age, you shouldn't be caught staring at anyone's bazongas, especially one who isn't your wife. And Harry is just face deep. I mean, not even face deep. His eyes are trained on her tatas. And and I've just got to say that if Meghan wasn't there in the photo and if Harry had a chance, I bet you him saying, oh, well, I'm Prince Harry, I can do whatever I want, he probably would have motorboated Kris Jenner's bazongas right here in the photo. If he had a chance, he would have been face deep in those two jiggly tits and all over them. But he got caught staring at them. And this isn't the first time Harry has been caught staring or touching other people's parts that, don't belong to him. But this is what Harry does. And if he wasn't a prince, then he would have gotten reported by now. And I brought this up on November 7th on my Instagram, on my Twitter page, because a lot of people missed this when the images were being shared of them being at the LA Dodgers game. The sound is off, but let me play this for you. Here is Magic Johnson sitting here, and you will see Harry interacting with him. However, please do notice that Harry goes and grabs this grown man's chest. Watch this, because this isn't something new. So here they're chit chatting, he's sitting, he said something, and look, Harry just suddenly goes after Magic Johnson's chest right here. Look at this, where you see that when after Harry does this movement right here and grabs at his chest. I mean, why not grab at his arm, his shoulder, like a normal guy would? But no, not Harry. Harry has always been grabbing other men's tits, and people haven't said anything about it. But yet, I will make a note to constantly bring this up because this, in these days, well, this is what we would consider sexual assault, my friends. Unwanted sexual contact in this manner is called SA. And just watch Magic Johnson's body language. After you see how his shoulder will be constantly turned inwards towards his body. Let me play it again from the start, and this time I will just stay silent so you can watch this. You see how he now sits with his shoulder turned inwards? I mean, let alone the fact that the Prince of Butt Cracks has his ass cracks showing to everyone here. But this isn't something new for Harry. This isn't something new. This is something that I have shown you guys before where Harry has done this, where Harry inappropriately touches people and nobody says anything because why? He is Prince Harry. For some odd reason, Prince Harry is allowed to get away with this disturbing behavior. Look at this. This was during their supposed Invictus trip to Nigeria, where you would think Harry, if he does have two young children himself, one being a young daughter, you would never pat your hand on your daughter's chest area, right? You wouldn't do that to another young girl who you don't know. However, Harry here not only taps the young chest area of this little girl, but he also goes and grabs the chest of the father too. Watch this. I mean, any father who knows, why not just give them a little tap on the shoulder? Why the chest area? So I'd like to bring this up that this is who Harry is. I had uploaded a video for you guys called Harry Gets Touchy on YouTube. I'll include the link to it in the description box of this video below. But let me just share with you a couple other examples because this isn't something that Harry just started doing. This is something that Harry has been doing all his life. Here is Harry, and shout out to Rue's Mama on St. Meghan Markle Reddit community. I love you guys there. Where Harry, and this is his friend Alex Rayner. If the name Alex Rayner sounds familiar, Alex Rayner was the gentleman who came out while Harry and Meghan were trying to fight against Dr. Sophie Chandauka and claimed that Dr. Sophie Chandauka was jealous of Meghan Markle and her presence. That's what this idiot tried to claim. But here is Harry licking the nipple of his good friend Alex Rayner. And this is something that he's been doing since he was young, since he was a young boy, and it's never been corrected ever. This is what we call harassment. We all remember Dirty Harry when he was copying the woman's breastises. We also see here during an Invictus event, why do you need to touch the man's beard and grab his nipple is beyond me, but that's what Harry did. And even this man is wondering what the hell is going on here. This unwanted contact is what we call assault. It's harassment, it's assault. It's not the way a person who considers themselves to be a royal should be behaving. Could you imagine if we saw the Queen or Prince Philip or William or Catherine, for that, going around acting like this, grabbing people's breastises, grabbing and tugging on their balls or their chest hair or their facial hair? It's like, what? I mean, look at it here. This tells you right here that clearly Harry is more into men than women, because I've never seen Harry behave this way besides that one photo of him grabbing some nipples. But Harry is always going after men and their body parts, which is very quite telling. Look, the Invictus Games. This man is just trying to play his position, and Harry keeps going after his titties, keeps grabbing after them. And what is this man going to do? He laughs about it. You would think that a grown man at Harry's age, who's well into his 20s, nearly 30s here, don't be touching other people. You learn from a young age about personal space. Clearly, Harry never did. I've shown you this one here where he was grabbing this man's chest. This one here with Jimmy Kimmel, he goes and grabs Jimmy's chest when they're getting like going through that haunted house, grabbing Jimmy's chest. I mean, come on. How many times, how many examples do we need of this disgusting, degenerate behavior? Who goes around acting like this? If Harry wasn't Prince Harry, I bet you he would have been slapped with a couple lawsuits. Look at this. This was in Nigeria also. The man is just trying to have his hands up by the net to keep the ball from coming over, and Harry goes and tweaks his nipples. How embarrassing is this? Again, staring at Kris Jenner's massive bazongas. So look, while everyone's talking about, oh, how did Harry and Meghan get into Kris Jenner's party? No, I'm more focused on Harry's disgusting, deplorable lack of manners. The fact that he behaves this way. I wonder what other images they have of Harry, because he was clearly drunk out of his mind. You can tell how red he is. There is word that there was clearly many substances being passed around at this party and stuff. And our two raggedy favorites from Montecito, who are trying to be American royals, did, of course, ingest these delicious substances. Let's just call them that. And well, let's just hope that no more images get out. But let me know what you guys think of Harry. Clearly, I fucking the shit out of Kris Jenner's, well, they're not 70-year-old bazongas. Kris Jenner's body may be 70 years old, but her boobs are probably like 10 years old because they're a fresh set. And her face looks like she's in her 30s. But I don't know. This is bad manners, the height of bad manners, in my opinion, here. And I'm just thinking that if Harry ever wants to be invited to another party, which I don't think he ever will be, maybe try not ogling your host's chesticles out in the open like this. Like, you're supposed to just take a quick peek and then glance away. But no, Harry was clearly mesmerized by Kris Jenner's massive bazongas. I don't know about this, but by the looks of this, I don't think he'll be invited anywhere to any other party. But speaking about the party, stay tuned, because in the next video that I upload for you guys, I will get into the nitty-gritty of Harry and Meghan showing up to this party despite the fact that they weren't on the invite list, but they did receive a last-minute invitation to the party. Now, that will be in the next video for you guys. I hope you all will stay tuned for that one. Make sure all of your notifications are on so when I do upload it, you don't miss it. And let me know what you think of Harry and his eyes being completely locked into Kris Jenner's chesticles. I mean, come on, guy. You're an absolute pig. Complete pig. But it tells you what he thinks of veterans, right? This tells you exactly what he thinks of veterans and the veteran community. But until the next one, my darlings, I will catch you in the next one. See you later, my darlings. Bye.